Hey there, guys, gals, and non-binary pals. It's DMG, and welcome back to Blitz. And today we have the pleasure of watching Urgel McPurfle playing in the Panther 1. I just recently featured this tank on channel, and he will be on Mirage for this match today, playing Encounter. Now, the important thing about Mirage is that you need to spot early and get shots across. And oh, Urgel loads in late, 5 seconds, so it'll be a little bit more difficult for him to get to those early spot locations and spot enemies, unless of course those enemies are also loading in late. But I don't like to say that because I feel like it's just making a really bad assumption, but regardless, he's going to do the right thing, go to the bush. I kind of see a mistake here, as I feel like he could have gone for a shot on that T-34-1 once he was spotted, putting that early damage across. I'd still try it. If you look at the green team, they are pushing all the way across, so he wouldn't have gotten shot from the right side. He would have been safe to probably put in a shot on that T-34-1, and he gets spotted. Panther doesn't have the best camo, and he needs to get down immediately. Urgel does so, and then starts rotating around. Now, I wonder, I used the same camouflage too on the Panther. It almost looks like the same loadout. The only difference is a minor change from the second food ration to the protective kit, and because he has that 3.8 second reload instead of my 3.7. So I wonder, is it imitation is the sincerest form of flattery, right? I don't know, but we are going to see the Panthers' amazing gun go to work here as Urgel starts putting in great shots on the M41 Bulldog and that VK2801, and his team will just start falling apart. And the Panther has such a good gun, you can just easily snap in shots. It does look like he has the supercharge on this tank. So Urgel, if you're watching, please let us know what equipment you are running, or like what you have and what you were thinking, because this is such an interesting round that I think a lot of people will learn from. And he's putting in great shots on that Sturv, or the Steve as some people like to call it. And the Panther's gun just allows you to do this with so much ease. Putting in shots on that VK side under the rail car that you just saw, that's not uncommon for a Panther to do. And what Urgel's trying to do now is just get back in cover. He kind of has made a bad move. He's caught out. What I personally would have done would have been reversed to the right and try and face down the VK. He has lower penetration, and I still feel like you could put in effective fire, but he takes a shot from that T-34-1, and it is kind of iffy, as he's lost about half his HP in not a very smart manner. He wasn't trading very well with the T-34-1. It's 160 for what, 280, right? So it's not the best way to go about trading. But this Steve, man, he underestimates the Panthers' rate of fire, and Urgel just takes him out of the game. This KV-3, he starts pushing up, and Urgel will just start putting in shots on the KV-3s with such ease and precision. It's like a scalpel. And he hits him again for another 160, or roughly around that roll. And this T-34-1 will push. Now, Urgel needs to be smart here. This T-34-1 makes a mistake by trying to out-DPM a Panther 1. Even though the T-34-1 does have decent DPM for a tank that runs at 280 alpha, it cannot keep up with the Panther's high rate of fire. Now, this is a mistake here, in my opinion. He's not using the terrain correctly, and this is like the big mistake number one. So what he should have done is get at this angle like he is now and be able to put in shots and make that Tiger poke his drive wheel instead of trying to trade with him, because now he's on a one-shot for the KV-3, and the Rudy on his team will try and engage the KV-3, so hopefully he can help him out a little bit. Now, Urgel is going to make another great move here, but the Rudy is not. KV-3 takes the Rudy out of the game. It seems like the KV-3 has gotten a significantly amount better from the buffs it's had recently in the enormous Tier 7 heavy makeover, right? So Urgel's going to flank around and go unspotted. Something that I would like to do in this moment is go to the hill on slightly to my left, and because there's some bush locations there you can use to spot, and since he knows the KV-3 is capping, it might be advantageous to do so just to get above him, because it acts as a haul down location. But Urgel is still going to make a good move and put in shots on this KV-3 by flanking him completely around the side. Now, this will be quite an easy kill, and he puts in another round, and all he needs to do is just put in one more shot, and oh my gosh, that was not pretty. I don't know what to say to that. That is, I don't even, what do you want to call that, bad RNG? But he receives a mastery for his troubles with 3,400 damage. That is just awful. I don't even know how to explain that. I mean, the KV3, that 122 millimeter is such a derp. It has terrible accuracy. And it somehow hits Urgel, I believe, in the top part of his hull, or he high rolls on his turret. Maybe he uses premium ammunition. I don't know. But I guess good shot to that KV3, right? That's a very difficult shot to make on a tank that is using cover well and was angling well. So props to the KV3, I guess, right? But Urgel, still a great round. It was amazing commentating on it. You played it well, but there were a few mistakes that kind of hampered your game. I believe the not using the terrain effectively at certain points in the dunes area was the biggest mistake, in my opinion. I feel like that trading away all that HP early, and yes, granted, the Panther has lots of HP to work with. It's one of the healthier mediums at the tier. Hashtag Madonna shirt, right, for all you old guys. But the important thing is that when you play the Panther, you need to make sure that you're not trading horribly. You know, don't be going 160 for 280. Just avoid that. Excuse me. Just avoid that T-34-1 for as long as possible. Let him come around the corner and poke his drive wheels, and then make it a DPM war, because he's not going to beat you in the DPM war. Anyways, that's all for now. I hope you enjoyed that content, everyone. If you liked it, please hit that subscribe button for more. And if you didn't, leave your constructive criticism in the comment section. I really appreciate the opportunity to share my passion with you today, and I hope to see you next time.